Hi, my name's Nathan, this is the Future Games Show, and ever since mankind has walked the earth, publishers have tried to make them buy video games early. You know, rumour has it, Adam and Eve weren't kicked out of the Garden of Eden for eating the forbidden apple, but because they instead helped themselves to it without first pre-ordering the Garden of Eden Collector's Edition, which allowed 5 days exclusive access to all holy fruit. But fast forward to 2023 and the current pre-order hot topic is early access, the most recent culprit of which being none other than Starfield, a game which feels like all of Bethesda's previous games, standing on top of each other's shoulders, wearing a big trench coat, trying to get into the next generation club. Sorry lads, not tonight. But it's not just Starfield that's done it. Mortal Kombat 1 did it, Forza Motorsport did it, Hogwarts Legacy did it, and rumour has it, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is set to do it when it releases in, I don't know, like 2036, after it's delayed another 6 times because Rocksteady have been forced to redevelop it to play like that hot new game Among Us. Oh, I tell you something, the kids are gonna love it. I'm fascinated by it though, the concept of early access, where in Starfield's case, if you paid $100 for the premium edition, you got to play the game 5 days before anyone else. I didn't pay that extra money, obviously, because I've got much better things to be doing with my time, like polishing my Donkey Konga drums. But in those 5 days, it felt like the entire world had played Starfield, completed it, traded it in and forgotten all about it before I even got the chance to get my hands on it and realise that it played less like an exciting intergalactic space adventure and more like the world's most expensive spreadsheet. There were spoilers all over the internet, memes I didn't understand, bugs I could have been exploiting, and I tell you what the worst thing was, right? This dirty, underhand, exploitative method of getting us to pay more money to play games early is absolutely brilliant. Because of course it is. Because don't we all just feel a tinge of despair when we know we're being left out? And the thing with early access is it's exploiting that intense excitement about getting something early mixed with that horrible FOMO if you know everyone else is and you're not. Alright, I was able to resist it for Starfield, but what if they offered it for Spider-Man 2? Or Grand Theft Auto 6? Or Crazy Frog Racer 3? What do you mean you're not excited for Crazy Frog Racer 3? It's going to be the biggest game of the year. What are you talking about? Shut up, liar. I know you've got your pre-order in, don't lie to me. But I tell you what, to properly understand the idea of early access, let's take a look back at the history of how publishers have tried to get people like you and me to pre-order video games. In the pre-internet days, it was mainly tat. Keychains, t-shirts, a Sonic the Hedgehog hat for those that have given up on the idea of ever being intimate with another human being ever again. You know, the sort of stuff that your grandchildren will roll their eyes at as they have to clean your hovel after you've shuffled off this mortal coil. Here, why the f*** does Grandad have an Assassin's Creed American football? I don't know, man. He was a weirdo. But I tell you something, these Donkey Konga drums are beautifully polished. The list goes on and on and on. Stuff like steelbooks, luggage tags. I mean, who needs a luggage tag? But to be fair to Nintendo, if anyone does pre-order stuff best, it's them. The absolute highlight has to be that if you pre-ordered The Wind Waker, you got a special second disc which contained a GameCube copy of the Ocarina of Time. Maybe the greatest game ever made. And not only that, it came with the Ocarina of Time Master Quest, a new kind of remixed, harder version of the game for those that had already played the original. Honestly, we truly do not deserve Nintendo. If I'm honest though, the age of tat hasn't really gone anywhere. It's still kicking about, usually in the form of some hideous statue that you can get by putting an amount of money down for a collector's edition that could easily feed a family of 4 for a month. Look, I know you're all hungry and homeless, but I tell you what I'm going to do to help with that. I'm going to put my God of War statue in the window so you can all look at it to distract you from the hunger. Yeah? No, please, no need to clap. Honestly, I'm a man of the people. You know, I tell you what as well, there's people out there buying collector's editions which don't contain the actual game. I mean, who are these people? Who are you? Who hurt you? What happened in childhood to make you like this? Because I tell you something, no matter who you are, no matter what you've done, if you buy a collector's edition, you deserve to own the actual game. Yeah? don't let anyone tell you otherwise. And then the internet came along, and as with all things on planet Earth, made things much, much worse. Because now instead of tat, you could get digital tat, usually in the form of an exclusive gun, costume gun, and gun. My favourite pre-order bonus though has to go to Sonic Frontiers, because if you signed up to the newsletter on the Sega shop, then you got access to Free Shoes DLC. Free Shoes DLC. Remember when we were younger, right, and we thought that the future of gaming was going to be like virtual reality and big blockbuster experiences, and it is that, but it's also Free Shoes DLC. Sometimes I'm in bed, right, and I just lie awake thinking about Free Shoes DLC. It's perfect. But in the current day, the big problem with pre-order bonuses is the fact that the vast majority of people are buying games digitally. 89.5% in 2022, according to the Entertainment Retail Association. And so, because we're all downloading the game from the same central server, and you don't really need embargo dates to make sure that there's plentiful supply of stock of this game all around the world, well then you can just give gamers what they really want, and that's to play the game early. For an additional fee, of course. And I'll be honest with you here, right, I don't really have a hot take on early access. You know, I think it's rubbish that you can be missing out on a game that everyone else is playing because you can't afford to upgrade to the Super Turbo Deluxe Edition and pay double what the base game costs just to get it a couple of days early. But at the same time, I know that if there was a game I was desperate to play and it offered early access, I'd probably stump up that extra cash like a sheep. I mean, I guess I worry about where this goes next. You know, is it even earlier access? Like, pay for the deluxe edition and you get access to the beta. Pay for the ultra deluxe edition and you get access to the alpha. Pay for the ultra turbo deluxe edition and you just tell the development team what game it is you want them to make. I mean, to be fair, part of me wishes that had been the case with Starfield. Someone could ask them to put some gameplay in it. Hey, thank you so much for watching, especially if you've got right to the end. I really, really appreciate it. Please do check out some of the other great stuff we've got on the FGS channel. Consider subscribing, smash that like button, and ring out the wee bell. I don't know if I can say